football. I'm dumb.
We don't talk college football on this night. I don't know
Well,
why.
it's also
Dude, Prime's not. Dude, he transcends college football, dude. He's a cultural icon.
Yeah, sure.
But that guy's take was like,
Stupid.
I'm adhering to a level of decorum that has been against me as people. You know, like
He's a fucking moron,
he's like assimilating to a system that.
and that's why he's the coach at CSU, because he's a fucking moron.
No, I'm talking about the Oregon coach.
Oh
well.
no, the Oregon guy, whatever, dude. I don't even give a shit about him. He talk about a guy who fucking
Oh, was it the CSU coach that was saying take off your hat and
Yeah.
glasses when you're talking
Yeah.
to adults or whatever?
Yeah. No, the Oregon guy just makes me laugh because he's your typical born on third base thinks he hit a fucking triple.
This is rolling, but it's not showing up. I don't know. So
That's the questions.
what? That really echoes. Like,
Golly, dude. I'm gonna put my beer over here so
I got
that
mine on the carpet. I don't
oh,
want
it's not that bad. It sounds worse than it is, but.
sounds like the tables in a cave.
I should get rubber coasters. It's not that problem.
just put a prophylactic
It's
on there
I don't know.
around your head. All this shit up.
So I've got 3 reads that will. I'll tell you where we're inserting them.
I'm actually gonna
It's up. It's just. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Should I tell Johnny Bronco not to text this thread for another hour?
I love like figuring all this shit on the fly, and then someone will like, "Well, figure it out, old man." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm figuring out everything here. It doesn't. It's being old doesn't have anything to do with it.
It's all just connections.
I'm definitely
Something
old.
is connected or not.
But you look great, dude. You really
Thanks.
do. I just want you to know.
Speaking
You
when
guys are all fucking. Still.
It's all the sperm that I take from my face.
Oh yeah, keeps you young. Keeps you young.
You're very crass tonight. This is not.
Which is good.
This is not a crass show.
I know. I'll tone
This
it
is.
down.
This is.
Uh-huh.
We are. We have a lot of decorum here, and we're.
How do you spell?
Podcasting.
Decorum?
Yeah.
DECORUM.
Is that it? Decorum.
After we were graced by Peter Boyles, we now are professionals.
That's right. We moved up the ladder.
We really did. So,
I'm gonna bring you right back to where you were before. So thanks
all
for
right.
having me.
So I'm gonna hit record. I think we're good to go. Are you ready to hit play? I'm gonna tell you when. Are you ready to do it?
Yep. Podcasting from the Sportique Studios, where 70 isn't a road to the mountains, it's a path to rock bottom. This is the South Stands Denver Fancast. I'm Colin Daniels with guest producer Nugget Jeff.
So what's up?
Our buddy Snyder.
Hola.
And your host, John Reedy. Yeah.
Hello. Yeah.
Woo.
Yes. Yes.
It's good to be back in the studio again.
Welcome back. It's been a whole week. Colin, this is the third show?
Third show.
3
since
in a
I
row?
came back.
3 in a row. It's amazing.
Who are you?
And show 2 was we became professional
We did.
broadcasters.
We became professional podcasters after that. It was
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
Um,
Did he like do some like special ritual where he christened you guys?
Mhm.
He said
Yeah.
you're now inheriting the mantle of radio professionals in Denver.
He even said, regardless of what schlub you have in here next week.
Yeah,
Really?
he said-
Yes.
He said you have a total. If he said you have a total dickhead in here next week, it won't affect your status.
So he
Colin.
said, even if that doofus Snyder comes in here,
If,
you're
that-
okay.
if you get some clown that maybe you've known for a while and you feel bad for him, so you want him to come in. No, Snyder's the best. Snyder's been on here a bunch. I wouldn't be sitting here talking sports if it wasn't for Snyder. He's taught me everything he knows.
Not true.
It's true. He taught me everything he knows.
I appreciate the sentiment, but that's not true.
Well, it might be, but we're back and we're ready to talk. Well, we're ready to talk some sports. I mean, we got some things to discuss. I like these shows because we can finally get back down to business. When we had Peter Boyles on, which was very shocking, it was the first podcast he'd ever done.
Whoa.
Which I was like, are you?
Nobody's asked him to do one?
He's never done one, and I think now all those old radio guys are kind of starting to do that. I just saw today that DMAC that's what he's going to go into.
No.
He's going to go into the podcast space.
Shocker.
And of course I was about to tweet, everybody's got a podcast now, but I was like, I don't want to dump on DMAC. I know he's getting his feet wet. I'm sure he
So
would.
did he give any indication as to with whom or
Yeah,
where?
I
Or?
happen to know that. I found that out today.
Well,
Big Al.
Yeah. Is he going to Is he going to KOA or they're going to do a?
For a podcast?
Yeah, no, it is. He is podcasting with Big Al. I don't know the name of the operation. I just happened to be talking to one of my colleagues today on a different front, and one of his clients has a media company and podcast company, and he said Big Al and DMAC.
Dude, that's sweet.
So is it under the auspices of KOA? Do you know that?
I don't know that. I pretty
Probably
much got
not.
all the
Probably
stuff,
not.
but he had said, now, I mean, this is just word on the street, but that's what he said this company was lining up was DMAC and Big Al. So
Well, that's huge because those guys were great together for a long time. I mean, I really couldn't believe that they let that duo break up. So I'm excited about that. I mean, that's something I might actually listen to.
It'll be really good, and it's good to have him. Good to have him back. But yeah, podcasts are all the rage now. I guess everybody's
it's the
doing a
future.
podcast. So
Does Sean Payton have one?
he should, and it should just be one where people fucking email in and tell him what a fucking shithead
Just
he is.
rail on Vanity Pants?
So, we're going to talk about the Broncos. We have to talk about the Broncos.
Well, yeah, how can you not?
Well, we generally wait a little bit. We don't want people to bail out right away, right? We want people to hang in there and hear some of the other stuff. What I want to talk about first is the road to 100. The road to 100 is being paved right now,
Well, it's going to happen, but they somehow pull it out today.
but they're playing one now. They're playing a doubleheader.
Oh, it's a double
So
header.
while we are, yes, they've started playing in LA.
Oh,
So
they're going to lose.
they have to, right? They have to. So if they lose,
When was the last time they won 2 in a row?
Oh, I fucking.
Well, you said they started playing in LA. They're at Coors Field.
Oh, I don't know where the fuck they're. I don't. That's how little I pay attention to the Rockies. Is I don't even know where they're playing. I don't. I used to look at the schedule, for like work and stuff, and just and they're playing. No, I don't even care. I don't even like.
You used to
notice.
be a VIP over there.
Oh yeah, where was I? Told you I had a chance to throw
I know.
out the first pitch.
First
and
pitch,
I
you said no
declined.
thanks.
I was like, nope, not going to do it. Then I thought, what if I do throw out the first pitch and I buy one of Tyler Mond's Sell shirts? It says purple, it says Sell on it, and I throw out the first pitch and I rip my shirt off and have it say Sell.
Would
that be fucking awesome?
Great,
That
man.
would you'd get drug out of
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's- We might get bounced from the season
tickets, yeah.
but that'd be worth it. I think at that point you'd be like, fucking, I earned that one. So,
Oh, that'd be-
You know what's ironic and evidence of how the Monforts just can't seem to lose? There are people flocking to Coors Field hoping to be present for the 100th
Yeah.
loss.
really.
So that it's actually improving attendance.
Yeah, exactly. The dude, like, he'll fall out of bed onto like a fucking $100 bill.
Yep.
And
That's what
it's
Scott is.
Oh, really?
crazy.
Oh, Scott's at Coors Field right now?
Yep, for the game.
I thought he probably just didn't want to be here because I was here.
Oh, I think that's usually the case. But so anyway, we're gonna keep tabs on that, but it won't change anything. They'll lose 100 games. They'll lose probably more than 100 games. It won't change anything. They're still just going to be mired and suck.
Yep.
And as I said before, Scott kind of summed it up. He said, "Hey, you know what? They spend money. They make moves, but they fucking make dumbass moves and they spend money in really stupid ways."
They went and got Chris Bryant. That was exciting
That
for
was
a minute.
Awesome. Yeah, how many games has he
Ooh,
played?
Yeah.
I think he got back finally, right? Like the other night, like he first started playing.
Yeah. Did they trade him?
Nah, not trading them. They don't trade.
Oh,
shit.
I thought they traded. Oh, because no one else wants him.
They don't do
Oh.
anything. That's the whole thing. They'll be like, "Well, we got Chris Bryant," and then it's just crickets, and it's like, "Okay, great. What else?" have
Well,
you
yeah, we got
done?"
Chris Bryant over the hill. Chris Bryant.
But they will. This won't impact them in the least. It's the most embarrassing thing, and it'll just keep on going.
They're just printing money over that.
Oh, absolutely. And Colin had a great idea. I think it was last week. Was the hometown cafe?
Yeah.
Great idea. And you have digital billboards inside, and if the Cardinals are in town, it's all St. Louis.
It's all
St.
The
Louis
arch,
stuff.
the arch
That
is
is
there.
gold.
You got St.
Got
Louis.
That
ribs.
is gold.
Absolutely.
It's so good. And then you serve whatever. I mean, I don't know what they eat in St. Louis,
Did
but
you go
like
after a
they
trademark
have like
on
a-
that
they have
or
some-
something, dude?
they have some sort of pizza there. I think St. Louis.
St.
style.
Louis style, well, and ribs, St. Louis style ribs. Yeah, and they've got actually St. Louis is a big food town. Big food town.
Yeah, so all those transplant fans are there to see the Cardinals. They feel like they're in St. Louis with all the digital billboards.
Mhm.
It's brilliant. It's such a great
Can you
idea.
put the St. Louis smell in there too?
You sure? Yeah,
Oh,
we're gonna do everything.
Stinks in
St.
St. Louis.
We're gonna do everything in there. Cubs, everything. Pirates, anybody that comes to town. That Yankees. Oh man, Snyder, you like that?
Dude, I'm there. Are you gonna do that famous New York pizza Sbarro?
No, we're gonna pump in the urine smell.
Oh, yeah,
They're
yeah, that's
out
cool,
there
too,
Walking
yeah.
the streets of New
Urine
York,
and
so.
weed.
Throw a couple rats in there.
Yeah, so that's going on. We're going to keep updating. If it happens, I don't think it's going to happen while we're doing it because the game's going to probably be another 2 hours or so. I don't know. It's pretty fast now, but we'll definitely update
Now
as
that they're
we
on
go.
the clock.
But what I want to talk about, and it's football related,
Yeah.
is Taylor Swift going to Arrowhead.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's a romance there.
Well, I don't
Oh, you
care.
think so?
I don't really care if it's a
Did
romance.
you hear how she got out?
Got out of what?
Left. She got out of there so that she was able to avoid all of the fans that were there. Did you hear?
No, I saw.
Popcorn machine.
She was in a popcorn
Yeah,
machine.
they rolled her out in a popcorn machine so that people didn't know that she was coming out.
Yeah, because she would otherwise get mobbed.
Well, but he was with her, and I think he just they just give him like a big club, and he just starts swinging it and knock people out of the way. I think that's one way to get her out of there too. No, that's all great. Everybody was all a titter over that. But I want to talk more about the Taylor Swift phenomenon. Okay?
Right. Okay.
It's really weird how some people act about her.
Sure.
Okay. I respect Taylor Swift. I think she's an icon. I think she's done great, super talented.
Sure.
I'm not into it at all.
Not your deal.
But there's a bunch of sports writers, okay, and they're covering sports, right?
Right, but they're wanting to get on the Taylor
they
Swift
have to
bandwagon.
inject their Taylor
They
Swift
want to
stuff.
be Swift.
And I'm not going to say anyone's names because I like these people, and for the most part, the women are fine because again, I come back to it. She's an icon.
Dudes.
She's an icon. She's a hero to them. I totally get it. But after a while, you're like, all right, I don't really want to see which one of these NFL players are Taylor Swift songs.
Right.
Like that is bullshit. That's like for 10 people, I think. And the people who would really be into it probably don't know who the football players are.
Right.
Okay. I brought this up this week. It'd be like if all of a sudden you never, and this is the other thing too about the people that are really into Taylor Swift. I don't think they're into anything else. It's like they came out of a cocoon and they were like, what's that sound? Oh, that's Taylor Swift. I fucking love that. That's all I'm going to listen to. Okay. Now, Colin, you like Taylor Swift. Right?
I love Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
You've seen her too, right?
Yes.
But you also listen to a lot of other music.
Oh yeah, all
Okay?
over the map.
But most of these people, I am betting that they do not listen to anything else. They only listen to Taylor Swift. It would be like if all of a sudden you never heard me talk about movies.
Right.
For all you know, I have never watched a movie that you know.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
And then one day I just started going, Christopher Nolan, 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 Christopher Nolan. And I went on and on and on about Christopher Nolan and his movies.
right.
And then you'd be like, well, what do you think of Scorsese?
Who?
I don't know who that
Who?
is. Christopher Nolan,
It's-
Christopher Nolan, Christopher Nolan.
Right.
That's what it is. It's people who have no other
It's like that movie that came out that nobody who knew who the Beatles were.
Which exactly.
Yeah.
So, but they would I would only focus on
Only.
Christopher Nolan,
Right.
and you'd be like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? Why hasn't he seen another movie? That's the vibe I get from a lot of people. Is that's all they're seeing. But again, I go back to the female sports writers. All good, whatever, have fun. It's cool. I'm glad you got your hero. There's a bunch of dudes though that do it, and I'm like, man, it's just are you gonna write fucking Taylor Swift columns? Would you write Taylor Swift
of course
column?
not.
Do you see how?
But how did you get into Taylor Swift? Is it your friend that got you into Taylor Swift, and you're just like, hey, I'll go to that show with you, and,
No.
and then you're just like, oh, she's all right.
I enjoy her music. I mean, I like pop, and she also has country roots, and I had
And you're
listened
into
to
country music.
Yeah, definitely. So I had listened to some of her earlier stuff, and just there are a lot of hot girls at those concerts.
Well,
totally get
of
it.
course.
But most of these dudes,
And most of them have daughters that are.
most of these
14
guys
years
is
old.
I think they're bringing
12.
their daughters. I get
Yeah.
that too. If you have this thing with your daughter, totally cool. But I don't want to fucking read about it all the goddamn time.
No.
And like a 45-year-old guy like pissing himself over Taylor Swift at the Chiefs game. And it's the worst that it's the fucking Chiefs too, isn't it? It's
So-
fucking terrible.
And,
It's
you know,
fucking
and
Chiefs.
she's coming out. There's a movie about this whole thing too. This last tour that she did, Decade. What's it called?
I've already got tickets.
Eras.
I've already got
Eras.
tickets. Yeah.
So I went to go see a great movie about a rock and roll band, a real rock and roll band, called the Talking Heads. You've ever maybe heard of them before?
Not a fan.
Okay, I know you're not a fan,
Not a
but
fan.
whatever. Stop Making Sense is a great movie. It's a fantastic performance by David Byrne. Whatever you think about the music, he's a fantastic performer. And what was on before that? Of course, the fucking Taylor Swift freaking preview for Eras. The Eras. It was just amazing.
But here's why she rules is because, I'm making fun of the people who are like fucking like go apoplectic over her. But she, for that movie, she had gone to studios and said, hey, I got this movie.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to do this? And they were like, eh. And they lowballed her. Bunch of these.
So she funded it herself.
She funded it herself,
Smart.
or went right to the theaters,
Right.
and they're gonna make millions and
Sure.
millions of dollars.
She
off
makes so much money.
I know,
Billions
so-
and billions of dollars. But think about this from the NFL's perspective, okay? This is part of the reason it's getting so much coverage is because, sure, there are people getting exposed to Taylor Swift who might otherwise not have. That's one thing. But Taylor Swift fans are getting exposed to the NFL. And they're buying Travis Kelce jerseys like it's fucking going out of
It
style.
was the highest selling jersey. Right?
He's got the #1 jersey, and she's why. So the NFL couldn't ask for anything better. She turned the Super Bowl down, by the way, because artists have to pay to play the Super Bowl.
Oh, fuck
and
that.
she told them to get fucked.
That's great. She should have, because they would be lucky to have her, because she's fucking a force of nature, right? So many more people would tune into that
Yeah.
just to see her. Now they're gonna have Usher. Who gives a shit, man? Usher? That's lame. But Taylor Swift, everybody tune into.
Not in 2003. It wasn't.
Oh yeah, and Usher would have been great.
Awesome.
It would have been great 20 years ago. No, all respect to Taylor Swift. I just can't stand the fucking nerds who fucking piss themselves over her. That's what I can't stand. So, we blew through the first quarter already.
Wow.
That's good. No, we didn't want to. We didn't want to we didn't have to jump right into the Broncos, but
No, that was great. It
we
went
got
that fast.
we got plenty to talk about with the Broncos. So let's get into the second quarter already, and we'll be right back after this. Is that Taylor Swift?
Yes.
That's what I figured.
Which means that Spotify is going to eat this episode. But so what's one thing you need to know? The more eclectic, the better, because the bots are.
Yeah, everything else is totally
Okay.
eclectic. The mics are all muted right now, but to your guys' point, I have this neighbor across the street.
But this isn't muted, so if you're gonna fucking
Okay.
slag somebody,
Hey Kelly. I mean, my dad is most likely going to come at his
Come
age,
him
but
anyway.
he was an O lineman at CSU, big hulk of a dude.
What's
you
his
know,
name?
Kelly Wall. He's like 8 years my junior, so he's
Interesting.
there after us. But he's all into Taylor Swift in a big, big way. And I mean, after that concert, he was like, "That was the best concert of the century. Will never be in dispute."
Does he have a daughter?
No, he has one little son, but I think he kind of
And the-
prides himself on.
The son's not into Taylor Swift.
I was prepared to pay up to $500 a ticket to go, but they were $2,500.
But I texted him on the way down. I'm like, I need a Taylor Swift song because I thought this might come up. I didn't realize it was going to be the first chorus.
Now hold on. What song is that?
It's called "Shake It Off."
Okay, so
Probably
I
basic.
literally saw, and again, I'm not gonna say who because I like the person. They were like complaining that the NFL was only using "Shake It Off" because "Shake It Off's a big popular song. They were like, yeah, that's not cool. They really need to get a deeper cut. Like seriously, like this is like music nerd, fucking
get a
big,
deeper
huge
cut.
music nerd. Like you got to get a deeper cut going NFL.
When did you first get into Taylor Swift? 'Cause
Yeah,
I was
it's
there before you. Were going to rank ourselves.
And this is,
on the hour.
I think
this
that's
is
it. I
this is a
think-
local media person.
Kind of. This is
Kind
this
of.
is like,
Local
but
media.
this isn't even like. Oh, I've been like
Kind
Colin
of.
said when she was doing country music. These are people that kind of got into it. I think in the last couple of years too. Like after she became this like crazy force of nature. So they're not even like OG on it, and they're just like fucking. Oh, we got fucking rules here. We need to get the deep cuts. We need to dig in the crates for some Taylor Swift cuts.
Deep cuts.
So anyway,
I'm so oblivious to what she's even about. I have no idea because my daughter never got.
Do you
to
have
hear
the
her
song
ever.
for the question?
Good.
Yeah, Colin. Yeah, I have all that.
The reason why I was at the Talking Heads thing is because my daughter's a Talking Heads fan,
Do you want me to?
which is crazy. Dude, she wore like a David
I'm going to do a
Byrne
read.
SEC.
I'm going to do one
Really?
read.
Yeah.
is that
And then
Gen
you start the
Z?
questions.
Huh?
Okay.
Are they
So
Gen
we don't
Z?
need a
Is she
song,
Gen Z?
right?
No.
I don't know what she is.
Well, all those kids love that shit, and like even like kids that are like,
Dude, not her. Dude, she's way different than most of the kids in her.
true, because
class.
maybe kids her age don't even know who that is, but I know a lot of millennials that are super into Talking Heads, and I'm just like, I'm like that was all playing all when I was like
Right.
a teenager.
Totally.
I just can't listen.
I hate the Talking Heads, and I fucking cannot stand them. And I cannot stand the Cars either.
Oh, dude, I
I
love the
love
cars.
I like the Cars. No, I don't like the Talking Heads. They're sure they're good musicians, but never fucking did.
The thing is, it's like with Talking Heads.
That movie's
you
fucking
can say this
killer,
about
though.
every popular band. It's like their two worst songs have got to be fucking "Burning Down the House" and "Once in a Lifetime." It's like, shit.
Dude, I'm telling you though that movie, and I'm not a Talking Heads fan really either, but
that movie
was
I remember
fucking
seeing that as
killer.
a kid.
Dude, David Byrne can fucking perform.
Did they just
dude.
redo it? Did he
Yeah,
just
yeah.
redo the
They-
whole thing?
they
like
redid
exact
it,
same
yeah, the
choreography
whole-
and all that?
They just redigitized it, did the
Like,
soundtrack.
same shot, same angle, everything
It's-
like. Exact
I don't
same.
know about that part of it because it's been fucking a
That
long
sounds like
time
hell.
since I've seen
So
it.
we watch that. Let's go. You got
Let's go. Yeah, I'm ready.
Questions.
Well,
So-
I'm going to do a read, and then he's going to start
All
the
right,
question.
So you're ready.
first
You're ready with the
I'm
questions?
Just about ready to get
Okay, get it going.
questions loaded up.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Everybody's got to bring
moving.
everybody up too. I get that she's good pop music. People like that. I mean, it's pop music. That's what it's designed for. It's supposed to be catchy. But
I'm bringing everybody up right now.
bring everybody up. And you got your music up.
Indeed.
So Colin's going to read, and then you're good with the questions.
Yeah.
Are you ready? I'm going to
Yeah.
hit record.
I'm ready.
Good.
The return of the South Stands Denver fan cast is fueled by Cochino Taco, with locations in Old Town Arvada, Edgewater Marketplace, and on South Downing in Inglewood. Featuring mouth-watering Mexico City-style street tacos, unbelievable appetizers, burritos, enchiladas, and the famous queso burger, topped with American cheese, poblano chilies, jalapeno crema, fried jalapenos, and delectable melty queso. But let's not forget the best margaritas in town, and happy hour from 11 to 6 every single day. Tell them the South Stand sent you and ask for your crunchy beef tacos, Shaggy style. You'll thank us. After seeing Deion Sanders blown out by 5 touchdowns, did Sean Payton say, "Hold my beer"? Why did Russell the Scapegoat Wilson allow the Dolphins to score 10 fucking touchdowns? What felt worse for Broncos country, giving up 70 points to Miami or knowing that Travis Kelce has seen Taylor Swift naked? How pleased must CBS have been to show someone in that luxury suite besides that dumb bitch Brittany Mahomes? How many bettors had the Broncos in a 50-point teaser? Is Vance Joseph's vaunted defense prepared to slow down the juggernaut that is the Chicago Bears? How crappy was it of the stupid Dodgers not to stick the Rockies with their 100th loss in time for us to record the show? You have questions, we have answers. SouthStandsDenver.com, Colorado's finest internet sports talk since 1971.
And we're back.
Those were some of Colin's better questions of all time.
Oh,
Those were
thank you.
fantastic.
Last week's were great too.
Oh, I missed them, but they're really, really good.
Well, you didn't watch, didn't listen last week to
No.
bone up, make sure you knew what was coming on the show.
Dude, I had COVID. I was sick.
Yeah,
Well, that
it's not
gives
bad.
that affords you the opportunity to listen to
Yes,
podcasts.
exactly.
And
So-
I was all stuffed up. I couldn't hear anything.
I wanted to ask you, how was your COVID experience, and have you had it before?
Yeah. Second one, second time. I can tell when I'm getting it, and I can tell when it's gone. It's crazy. I mean, like, and it comes fast and goes fast.
And you've got all the jabs, right?
Yep, I've got all the jabs. Well, let me take that back. I've got 3 jabs.
Okay, so do I.
Yeah.
Did you hear like a Microsoft reboot
Well-
sound when it came to Left Your Body?
I did have a strange dream where I was dodging bullets and flying. I could have been that.
Were you in like super slow motion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's awesome. Well, I'm glad you're alive.
Thanks.
It's
Like I said, it was the second bout, shorter than the first bout, and even less than the first bout, but pretty mellow for me. But I've got 3 jabs, and have had it once.
Speaking of coming down with a sickness, and we are going to talk Broncos. We're going to dedicate the back half of the show to this Broncos fucking. I mean,
Debacle.
is it a shit show? I mean,
It's a
what's
debacle.
worse than a shit show? A shit and piss show,
Mm.
or like a bloody feces
Just
show?
so
Blizzard.
just so disappointed in Peyton.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. But what I was talking to Colin a little bit about this before we started. Fantasy football. We wanted to talk a little fantasy football. But like on the podcast I was listening to, they're like, dump all your money on Devon Achane. Dump it. Throw it out. Throw that money. And I was like,
What a waste.
they know that the Broncos are just fucking horrible, right? Like everybody, like that guy had like literally it was a historical fucking outcome for the Dolphins. And that guy had the game of his life. He'll never have that game
Nope,
again because
never
the Broncos were that
For-
bad. So,
and for everybody's benches, and he was there for a reason. He was on your bench
Yeah.
for a reason. And sure, a lot of
Yeah,
people,
it's in case Mostert gets hurt.
a lot of people felt a little bit silly looking at all those points on their bench, but he was there for a reason, and he should be there again next week.
but now everyone spend all your fucking money.
Well, I'll tell you who you need to be spending your money on. Who's the backup running back? Who are they playing this week?
Oh, for the Bears.
Yeah, just put all your money in the backup running back for the Bears because they're
Roshan
going to do the
Johnson.
same thing.
Roshan, he's gonna fucking tear through him like wet toilet paper.
Yeah, all right. But let's talk fantasy.
I hate.
I some fantasy
Dude,
stuff.
I fucking hate Tuesday, man, because first of all, it's a busy day. I'm busy.
Sure.
My work is busy.
It's your first day back from the weekend.
Yeah, first day back to the weekend. It's my Monday. We're busy. And then on top of that, I got to prepare for the podcast too. You know, I got to get all these show notes done. And then you got to get your fucking waiver wire. It's like doing homework.
Yeah.
It really is. It's like an obligation.
When you play in a lot of leagues, it is a grind. And I'm in like probably 6, 7 leagues, and it's like you got to go through and go, oh, well, what do I need in this one? Shit, I got to look through it. And then you got to see who's available. It is a bit of a grind. Maybe I could play in less leagues.
I'm in 5 plus guillotine. And of course, guillotine's easy. If you scored 100 points last week, you don't need anybody.
You know, you can probably cruise.
You could probably cruise for a little while longer anyway, and hang on to that money. But these other leagues, these Yahoo leagues, it's just like, oh my god.
Real quick update on the road to 100. It is 5-0 Dodgers.
Yeah! Woo!
100.
Yeah, we're getting there. But yeah, fantasy's great, and I really think that the lead up to the draft and the draft are its peak.
Yeah.
And after that, it's just a trudge to fucking oblivion. And I mainly
Unless
saying
the
this-
playoffs are a peak too, but that in between period.
yeah, because then you're just like, God, I did all that fucking research. I did this. We went and all did a draft together, and now my teams are just a pile of shit. Mine are because I had, and I know no one. You always say nobody cares about your fantasy team,
I do.
but you do.
I
know
do
you
too.
Oh, you guys do?
I do.
Oh, everybody does.
All
Good.
in leagues together. At
'Cause-
least a few of them.
Fucking what's his name for Baltimore? Why am I blanking on his name?
Lamar.
No, the running back.
Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins.
Dobbins. Had Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. I forgot about J.K. Dobbins. I had Dobbins across the board. I had all this exposure to Garrett Wilson and a fucking bunch of, I had Mike Williams in one league, but still, just
Nick Chubb was my
Achilles.
killer.
Dude, I traded.
Achilles injuries just blew out all
I
my
traded Mike Williams last week.
Ooh,
Last week I got Goddard and Pirine for him because I needed a tight end.
teams. Better than having a guy who's out for the year. So.
Fuck yeah.
Didn't he have a huge game too? Before
He did, yeah. He had a really good game.
like 200 yards or something crazy.
Yeah,
and
which
then
was
he
great.
out.
And I was like, well, thanks for everything, bro.
Yeah.
And I had to cut him loose. So.
Yeah, and he caught a touchdown pass from Keenan Allen, which
Shut up, really?
Yeah, from Keenan Allen, which counted in guillotine where I have Keenan Allen.
Mm.
That was pretty awesome. Keenan Allen had like 53 fucking points.
Hey, you know what? Fantasy's great. It's better if you're winning.
Yes,
But,
I'm not winning right now.
I'm not winning either, but it's all about the camaraderie, you know.
Although I am 2-1 in my Vegas league, and I hope not to be the pink bunny again.
That's right. Tell what you have to do for people that don't know.
Well, if you lose my Vegas league, you become the commissioner. So you have to plan the draft. You have to run the league the next year, and you have to wear a pink bunny suit in Vegas in the 100-degree weather, and it's not pleasant.
Which he wore into the pool.
Yes,
So
I did.
That's awesome.
Which was actually probably the smartest thing I could have done because it wasn't able to dry off. It was not able to dry off, so then I was able to take it out. I didn't have to wear it anymore. That was the best part.
I thought the best part of your draft, and I went out with him, I've been a witness, was the fact that you sing the national anthem before the draft starts.
Well, we sing 2 national anthems. We sing the national anthem for the United States of America, and we sing our own national anthem for our Vegas Football League, which is How Soon Is Now from the Smiths.
Wow, even better. It's good.
I think we should add to the South Stands leagues, we should sing the national anthem before the draft.
What about all
It's
the
good stuff.
communists in
What
my
about
league?
when Cal takes a knee?
Yeah, this is gonna be people taking me.
Oh, that would be awesome.
It's gonna be
That's
awful.
fantastic.
No, fantasy's great, but we got fantasy hockey coming up. I'm in one with all of you.
Oh.
I'm in one with Colin. I'm in another one with you guys.
Yes.
And that's going to be good too. But again, that's a slog because you start in October and it goes into fucking March.
It's
you know,
brutal.
so it's a long haul, but it keeps you engaged. I think I don't know if I want to play baseball.
Ooh, wow.
It's
Yeah, baseball's kind of boring.
let me you know what, and it brings me to my other point. I've lost my love for baseball because of the Rockies.
Yeah.
And I don't care about baseball anymore. When I have my team to root for, I would certainly pay attention to other teams and what's going on, like in the National League or whatever, NL West. But because the Rockies, I just don't care anymore. I'm like, I don't pay attention to them. I'm paying attention now because I want them to hit 100. But I don't pay attention to MLB anymore because of the Rockies. I know that sounds, kind of like, oh, well, you can still enjoy baseball if you like baseball. I like baseball. But if I don't have any rooting interest, whereas like, hey, the Broncos fucking suck, but at least, they're involved in the league
Right.
and maybe they could be good. The Rockies will never be good.
No.
So am I wrong for having lost that loving feeling?
Well, I think that's what the Monforts should fear most is indifference. it's one thing to be mad at the Rockies and pissed off about trading Nolan Arenado or angry about this or angry about that. When you've gotten to the point where you're just numb to the whole thing, that's bad. And that's what a franchise does not want.
I think that's what a lot of people are. They're numb to it. And I know people who are big Rockies fans, and they're just kind of like, and they're still going to the games because they like baseball, they like Coors Field, totally get that. But they're like, I don't even care about this anymore.
And that's what a guy like Pat Bowlen feared. Reno Notaro talked about this on our podcast, was that when he started seeing empty seats in the stadium, that's when he made changes. And it was Pat Bowlen took the Broncos personally as a reflection of himself. And
Sure.
I don't get that sense from the Monforts. And I certainly don't think that's going to be the case with the new ownership of the Broncos.
You don't think
I
the
just-
Keeners are gonna?
I just don't see them
Walt
seeing the
Peters.
team as a reflection of themselves. Pat Bowlen had some success in some industry, in oil and gas, before he bought the Broncos. Obviously, he had to have the money to buy the Broncos. But his job was the owner of the
Right.
Broncos. These guys, for them, it's a toy.
You're right. Pat Bowlen was the Broncos owner, and he fucking probably got up every day, put on a fucking Broncos tie or did something like that, went down, was engaged.
Probably what broke him, dude, was all that passion for the Broncos.
I don't know, but he certainly was involved with it and cared about it. He was the Broncos. And
For
you're-
sure.
And you're right. These people are kind of like, well, we just flown in and someone handed me a Broncos tie, so I'm going to put it on. And I was like, when Peter Boyle was sitting there and he said, oh yeah, they fly in for the games. And I was like, that's what Joe Ellis was doing.
Like I hated Al Davis, but Al Davis was the Raiders.
Oh,
best owner
Right,
you
I
could
love,
ask for.
right, I loved hating him, but he loved the Raiders. He was the Raiders.
And Mark is the same way.
And Bolin was the same way. Who's that?
Mark Davis. That
I
weird
guess
motherfucker.
whatever.
He
Who
is the
knows?
same way.
Who cares? That stuff doesn't matter. The kids don't count.
Still, Al Davis was like how Pat Bowlen was and just fucking loved it. And that was his life. And that's what he did. Pat Bowlen got oil money, whatever like that. He wasn't involved with that. He fucking let that go.
Yep. See you later.
These Peeners, these Walton Peeners, man, they're not. They got their hands in everything, and they're just like showing up, and someone hands them a fucking, a Broncos shirt.
Who's the one guy that's supposed to be like the president or whatever? He's that really good-looking dude.
Damani.
Oh yeah, they
yeah.
trotted his ass out there like, woo, he's gonna be the guy. And whatever happened to him, dude? You haven't seen
No,
him since.
that's what I said last week or the week before. He when they have good news to announce, he
He
comes
comes
out
and brings
says-
it out.
and he says half
And
price.
I swear,
nacho.
when he smiles, dude, there's like a gleam that comes off his teeth, dude. It's crazy.
He's great. He's a great spokesman, but he doesn't do shit.
No, I don't even think. Is he just like an actor? Is he real?
He could be an actor. I don't
I
know.
don't even know if he's real.
I'm fucking tired of rentals. I'm tired of rental coaches, rental fucking quarterbacks, and we've got rental owners now too. I'm so jealous when I see like a guy like Justin Herbert. That team drafted him. They're going to develop him. He's going to be the quarterback for 15
Patrick
fucking years.
Mahomes.
Super
Joe
jealous.
Burrow.
Super jealous.
Yeah, I mean, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, if somebody made that call and said this guy's the fucking future, he's going to be great. That guy deserves a huge
You know what,
raise
so
because they
we-
fucking nailed it.
We had our opportunity with Brock Osweiler, and we just didn't take it.
Are you being serious?
No,
I can't
that
tell
is-
with your glasses.
That's I kind of felt that way. I mean, I was excited. He was going to get to
Well-
play under Peyton Manning for a while and then be ready to fucking
What?
hit the ground running.
We'll see. This is all to be TBD. We'll see how it goes. But
Hey, don't spend money on that doofus from Miami. Don't spend money on it.
Devon Achebe.
oh yeah,
Don't
God,
spend
please.
Fantasy
That's-
capital
yeah,
on that guy. It ain't worth it.
He might be good down the line, but he's got other people. What is it? Fucking Jeff Wilson still plays there. He got hurt. He's gonna be back.
Dude, there's like 3 guys in front of him.
Oh yeah. So yeah, let's get into the we're already at the half.
That's going by so
We're just
fast.
cruising. We're just cruising.
It's going. It's already like 35-0.
Yeah, we're gonna have an update on the Rockies here when we come back, and we'll talk some more sports and other things right after this.
Damn, dude. The music does sound weird and tinny. The music sounds weird and tinny through the phones too.
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry, guys.
Are we all down?
Yeah, cool. Sorry about that.
Fade her out, and let me save it.
Sorry, fellas.
No, you doing over there?
I don't know. I guess.
You're like
squirting.
Coolidge when he roughed up that pinball table and got us kicked out of the.
So I'm gonna
Dude,
do.
I'll
do
never
another
forget
read
that,
then
and I will
right into
never-
sports.
I will never not play that up.
Okay. My sports is not the same one you guys have, but it is short. It's not the full one. It's just going to be like a skip, and then it'll be like sports.
I
So,
told him I could add it in later.
let's just do it now, because then we can all yell.
I'm fine.
All right, I'm gonna piss.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
As you know, it's rough as shit growing up for 40 plus years with Pat Bowlen, and then going to this. You're like, this isn't what I know. This isn't what I'm fucking used to. Like,
Well, because there was no kid of his that could step in because they were all fucking incompetent or just weren't made for it.
Yeah.
And that's a big problem. If there was
Well,
one
I think
kid,
that was one of the problems. The other problem was that you had other kids who were just like, "Fuck, we don't want anything to do with this. We just want the money. Let's fucking catch that shit in and get out of this fucking deal."
totally get that. But like, you know, at least fucking Jim Irsay is a fucking tool. But like, he was around it and was like with his old man the whole time, and was basically like, "I'm going to take this over." When he did, so
I'm trying to take these drugs.
that's right. Take a big handful of drugs.
Yeah.
And that's what Monfort's doing. Monfort's got his kid, fucking grooming him for it. So you know that's what's going to happen. It can be a blessing and a curse, right? But
Well, there's no doubt that the Monforts are going to continue that in their family because that family's big. That's a big fucking family. There's a lot of fucking. There's a lot of kids in that family.
and there's no way like MLB would ever step in and be like, "Hey, look, you guys suck." You did, but because he'd be like, "Look, the fucking stands are full. Look at all the people here."
No.
But you know what? But nobody. Here's the thing, though. Nobody wants to watch that bullshit on TV, right?
Well, that's true.
So what's on? What's always on ESPN? Fucking the Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking and the important teams, right?
Well, yeah, and I don't ever watch fucking AT&T or whatever there.
Oh no, and that's all going away too. So
Oh, is it?
yeah, that's breaking up. So they don't know what's going to happen.
They don't know how. Are they going to go with the Pac-12 option of streaming all of their games?
Well, good luck. Who's going to fucking pay for that? So think about all the old people that watch baseball, right? If they've got basic cable, they can go watch the Rockies on AT&T Sportsnet.
Right.
But if that goes away and they have to fucking get it on their computer and cast to their TV, not going to happen. Not going to happen. They're going to fucking lose their audience. What Peter Boyle said, he was talking about Paul Harvey because Colin was doing his Paul Harvey impression for him. And he said, Paul Harvey was this massive radio star, but his audience died out.
Right.
And everybody went away.
Totally.
And he goes, and then he just thought he was still important and was like, oh no, you won't have the ratings. And so if they go to like a streaming thing, there's fucking no way anybody's gonna watch that.
Oh, I don't
No fucking
disagree.
way. So
I think it was the dumbest. Dude, when the Pac-12 came to their fucking university, they were just like, hey, we're going to do the streaming thing. And it was just like, well, we already had one foot out the door. Now we got both feet out the door. See you later, fuckers.
all right, we're gonna talk about this because
The other side of that, too, I have a fucking 9-year-old kid. He plays football, basketball, jiu-jitsu, swim team. Like, he's not a jock per se. He just does what kids do.
Right.
Not one of his friends could give a fuck about baseball.
Right.
Now, Rockies hats,
Right.
Rockies shirts, they are never, ever talking about
Yeah.
baseball.
it's a dying sport. Like same thing with Paul Harvey. The people that are into it are going to be dead soon. And then there's a lot of. I mean, they're like, oh, there's a lot of people who go to games. It's like that's fine, but it's going to lose its TV share real fucking soon. And once that happens, the Rockies already lost. They don't have fucking TV ratings at all. I mean, that's what the Dodgers have. What's their
But that's the whole thing.
contract? They have a massive
But that's the
TV
whole
contract?
thing but that's the whole thing with the Rockies is that it doesn't matter. They make all of their money off of Coors Field. Every fucking bit of it.
And they're totally content with that.
Yeah.
But that's the future is you get these big fat fucking if you want to make real money, you get a big fat TV contract like the Dodgers.
Well, for sure, but that's the biggest. That in my mind, that's the biggest problem with the Monforts is that they're fine making just a modest profit, making $25-30 million a year. They're fine with that.
The Dodgers own
absolutely.
their
That's a shitload of money.
The Dodgers
For them,
own their
that's what
own
I'm
RSN. their own regional sports network.
Same
It's
with the
theirs.
Yankees, the yes.
Right.
I just came up, didn't come up with it, but my memory was jogged, and we're going to talk about something similar to that when we come back. It's a good
Okay.
topic. So,
So read and then into sports.
reading sports. You got sports there, Jeff?
I do indeed.
You got your sports?
What?
Remember this? I found this at a thrift store. I fucking love it. See it more.
The Denver Broncos.
Isn't that fucking cool? And these things aren't even punched out yet.
Oh yeah, because those are for the mirror.
Yes, you put it up to the mirror. It's fucking great. Isn't that fucking sweet? I don't even know where I found that.
Awesome.
It's been in here forever.
It's fucking great.
Epic.
Epic. Okay. You're ready. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Everybody up?
Get these right there.
Oh, okay. So
Snyder needs to come down a tiny bit, I think, Jeff.
Which one is Snyder?
I don't.
I'm that one.
Well, he's the green one. He's the green one.
I'm the green one.
He's two. He's three. He was just needed to come down a tiny bit than everyone else, just because his was real loud.
How's that?
Well, I don't know yet. I
Well,
don't know. No, he won't be able to. I'm just saying, in the mix, he needs to be down.
okay.
So we won't be able to tell by that.
Okay.
Just to take him a little bit farther down than anyone else was.
hey, listen.
Or you can just bring him all the way down, so we don't have to
I'll
hear
put
his
him all the way
takes.
up.
So you take one of these. So I'm gonna do a read for Epic Western,
What is this?
who I'm hoping to get on board, and I want to try this and talk about it on air, and then be able to send them an MP3 of it.
What if it's gross?
It's fucking awesome.
Is it?
Is what it is.
Cheers, and I'll do
When are we
this.
gonna do it?
Right after we come.
Is this a shot?
No, it's like ranch.
I was like, it's a pretty fucking good pour.
It's a canned cocktail. So
Flip.
all right. So
One
yeah,
more.
save that, and we'll just kind of drink it and talk about it a little bit, and talk about how I'm trying to get them on the show as a sponsor.
Are you
All right,
ready?
I am ready when you are.
Colin's gonna go first.
Yeah,
You ready?
everybody's mics are on, so
Okay,
as soon as
so
you
you're good with the
unpause-
music? Okay.
But I'm not. Do you want me to play music before you?
No, after,
No.
after
Yeah,
he's
sports after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sports is queued up.
Sports
and
is
ready.
after he's done. Ready?
Epic Western Premium Tequila canned cocktails are the genuine article. They're made with 100% blue agave tequila from a small distillery in the highlands of Jalisco, Mexico. Not with a bunch of malt liquor and sugar like other canned cocktails. That's why Epic Western cocktails are crisp, clean, and delicious. Choose from Ranch Water, Chisparita, La Paloma, or Brushfire, their spicy take on their skinny margarita. Each delicious 12-ounce cocktail contains 0 sugar and only 5 grams of carbohydrates. Made in Mexico, 8% alcohol by volume with real blue agave tequila. That's Epic Western, the genuine article. Sports! Sports! Sports!
It's a weird sport.
It is a weird sport.
Who else
X
got it?
Games. Sports.
Ready? You're really loud.
Skateboarding.
Sports.
Sports!
Sports.
Surfing.
Sports!
Sports.
Sports. I want to try this tequila thing.
All right, so I poured each of you a sample of Epic Western's Brush Fire. This is their spicy margarita.
It smells fantastic.
It's got real jalapeno in it. Dude, I am hooked on these
I'm-
things. I
I'm
absolutely,
not just.
It's pretty good.
absolutely love them.
That's pretty good.
Okay, there you go.
See.
Yeah, it's
that's
real. This
really
is
good.
this is real stuff. It's not, synthetic, disgusting, gross.
Yeah,
It's not Zima.
I think I would pour that over ice. I think
I think so too. It's very. It's light and it doesn't have like the heavy sugary
Right.
nastiness. that
What's
you
it
get
called
with-
again?
This is Epic Western. This
Oh.
is the Brush Fire. I love their La Paloma. It's really good too. They're all really, really good, and I'm hoping to get them on the show
Yeah,
as a sponsor.
I'm gonna go try some of them. Thanks for bringing that in, Colin.
It's good. I don't drink a lot of tequila, but I do like it. And when it's nice like that, it's
good.
it's good. It's bonus. That's right. I got kind of crazy, but No, it's good. I like that. So good stuff. Hey, sports. Yeah.
Yeah,
Woo,
sports. You know, I miss Wide World of Sports.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was good. With the guy
Agony of
skis.
defeat.
Yeah.
Dude. There's
Awesome.
nothing better than that.
They showed all kinds of different sports.
Well, that's the thing is I was thinking about, there was kind of last week was kind of like a nostalgia thing, and here's things how things have changed, and obviously things have changed, but shit's gonna change, so that's just how it goes. But there are things like that, and I was thinking about TV, and now everybody in my family watches TV separately, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Maybe me and my wife watch a show together occasionally, but I rarely will watch TV with my kids
No.
because I'm watching something, they're watching
Yeah.
something. They're he's rewatching something he's watched 30 times, and I'm not interested. And
Do you ever watch games with your kids?
sports games.
Yeah.
No, they don't watch that.
Nope.
And so nobody sits and watches TV together anymore, at least from my experience. And I think that's what a lot of people have going on. And I think the streaming and on demand have kind of killed that, because usually it'd be like, hey, so it's coming on. We
My
got to sit
family.
down.
Hey, it's Thursday night. We're watching Family Ties, Cheers,
For
and The
sure.
Cosby
Exactly.
Show.
And that does
And
not
on
happen.
Sundays, we're watching the Broncos, guaranteed.
Yep. Not anymore.
As a family.
Yeah.
Yep.
As a family, for sure.
But we were talking about, in the break, we're talking about Montfort. Oh, hey, hold on a second. Let me get an update on the Rockies real quick. Sorry, yeah. This just in, still 5-0. It's only in the third, so that's a pretty good sized lead, though. I think the Dodgers have good enough pitchers that maybe they will hold that.
Well,
lead.
didn't the Rockies trade away all their bullpen?
Who knows? Like I said, I don't follow them anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I don't pay attention to it anymore. But what we were talking about is, ratings for sports teams and their own networks and things like that. And the Suns have now gone to basic regular TV for their games. So if you just get an antenna, you can watch Suns games all you fucking want down in Phoenix,
Dude, that's the way it used to be here in Denver.
which it should be here.
Channel 2.
And then somebody just what was it? Oh, the Golden Knights just launched their own thing, and you can basically get every game for $69, or you can do each game, one single game for $6, right? So quite a deal if you buy the whole year. They have their own thing now. What the fuck? Why can't we have that with the Avalanche and the Nuggets? Why haven't they already been on top of it? Why hasn't Kroenke, love myself some Kroenke, don't get me wrong, why hasn't he done the thing that the Suns guy did and just said, you know what, put it on regular TV? You can still sell ads around that, right? You still sell ads, you can make fucking money on it, and then now everybody can access it, and you can say, hey, Comcast, fuck you. Why haven't they done that?
I think that the different leagues have different rules as far as what they're.
This is the
what they're-
Suns and the Nuggets. They could do this.
Sure,
Right?
The Nuggets could, but maybe not the Avalanche. So, I mean, Altitude's a good channel. I get it because I've got DirecTV's streaming
Are
product.
you trying to say the NHL's not a well-run league?
He would not be wrong in saying that. But no, but Altitude. Okay, let's just say there's no restriction from the NHL. Obviously, the Golden Knights can launch their own streaming service, so there's something there. But why couldn't Kroenke just say, I'm going to put fucking Altitude on Channel 20 or whatever it is locally, and everybody can access it? And that would be such a highly
Oh,
rated thing.
dude,
Everybody would tune that in.
kill it.
I would get an antenna and do that just so I don't have to fucking stream it anymore. But they can run ads. They can do the whole same thing. They can have all that. They don't have to worry about Comcast dicking them over.
Why not just buy a local network?
Well, they have a local network.
Yeah, they have.
They have their
No, but
RSN.
that's on cable. They don't have an over-the-air local
But that
network.
they
Why
have,
not buy one?
I'm just saying, why can't they just go to Channel 20
Right.
or whatever and just say,
Why
hey,
not?
we're
agree.
going to take this over?
Because
for
I don't think they have a
majority.
license from that standpoint.
I don't know how.
I'm pretty sure they don't have a license to. So that's what I'm trying to say. They're going to have to buy a local license.
I'm gonna
To
rub
go
elbows with some Altitude folks this weekend. Just,
Okay.
Who's that? Who you hanging out with?
Don't say anything more.
Dude, you better not be hanging out with Vic.
Did you guys notice how when the Suns owner Ishbia made that announcement, it was the day before the playoff series with the Suns, the Nuggets and Suns. He just said, from now on, all our games are on TV. They're all free. Nobody's missing nothing.
Is that
It
what he?
was like he was trying to troll. I think it's just a billionaire pissing contest.
Is that what he trotted that jackass Mel Tucker out too?
But I don't know.
Serious.
I don't know. I don't think that went into effect till just recently. He might have said that was in.
It'll probably be this coming season. It is mind-boggling that this wrestling match, pissing match between Altitude and Comcast has drug on year after through championships for both teams.
Yeah,
It's
so dumb.
absolutely mind-boggling. But like I say, it doesn't affect me because I got rid of Comcast and got the DirecTV Stream product, which now, as of this year, includes NFL Red Zone, which is just awesome. Just awesome.
Red Zone is fantastic, and I usually get it through other means, if you know what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
And but then I was like, you know what? I'm sick of this fucking stalling out on me. And I was like, I use YouTube TV, and I was like, I'm just gonna get it to YouTube TV. Fuck it, I just want it to work. And then I'm watching just a regular. I was like watching the Bronco game like 2 weeks ago. Totally buffering because when you have everybody watching one thing, it doesn't fucking work. And so I'm complaining to them. They're like, oh, well, have you checked this setting? And I'm like, dude, come on. This is just, you can't handle the amount of viewers. So I was like, why would I pay for Red Zone if it's going to buffer on
You
you?
can't handle the bandwidth.
You can't handle the bandwidth, bitch. So I will probably, if it's going to stall out on me, I might as well get it for free, right?
Right.
I just stopped watching both the Nuggets and the Avalanche unless they're on regular TV somewhere or I'm in a bar.
Which
Oh,
the Nuggets-
you're a fake fan.
No,
You're a fake,
no.
You are a fake fan.
I follow them. I follow all the stuff. I just don't watch their TV stuff unless it's on TV. Unless I can get it.
it
I
is
don't
a
go
challenge.
out of my way to get TV stuff, but I follow them. I look at all of the articles. I look at the box score. I look at all the stuff. And when they're on regular TV that I can get without having to go through some fucking weirdo channel, fuck that.
Which they will be a ton this coming season. They're on TNT all the time.
Right.
So-
Hey, speaking of which, we should take a trip out to Vegas for the mid-season freaking tournament.
Is it in Vegas?
Yep, it's in Vegas. It's a mid-season tournament in the NBA, and it's in Vegas. It's all in Vegas.
I don't agree with the mid-season tournament, so
I don't
Fine.
either. I
I
think
don't agree
it's
with
Fine,
I'm
then
gonna
stay
say-
home. Jeff, you and I can go and have a
Sounds
great
awesome.
time.
I don't like the
let's
idea of
go.
the tournament. I love the idea of another reason to go to Las Vegas.
See, they're not all good. Oh, but we need to speak about that too. But that's
So it'd be great if Vegas got an NBA team because then you
Sure.
can see the Nuggets there, and then you can see the Avalanche. Maybe they're playing, a couple days apart. It'd be fucking awesome.
the more teams Vegas can get, the better it is for us.
Absolutely.
Which touches on a topic we sat down with an executive about 3 years ago from the Las Vegas Raiders. It was before the stadium opened. And I said, well, your games, you're going to have half the people in the stands are going to be, or more, from somewhere else cheering on the other team. He goes, oh, that's never going to happen. Well, yeah. Did you see the Raiders-Steelers game?
God, it's terrible.
That's terrible.
That
Towels
looked like
everywhere.
the Cubs at Coors Field.
But let's not get carried away with that because I've been at a Broncos AFC Championship game against the Steelers where I felt like I was in fucking Pittsburgh.
Fair enough. Pittsburgh Steelers, a lot of traveling fans. I get that, but I think it's that way for every Raiders.
No, I agree with that. I just think that the Pittsburgh thing's unfair because they take places over. They truly take places over.
Yeah, they do. I remember being at a Bronco game and the Vikings fans were pretty fucking prominent and real fucking assholes too. So it's real. I'm really glad they're 0-3.
They were Minnesota nice.
Which is they were not Minnesota nice. Which was great to see the Chargers. It was like these two loser teams. Which one's gonna fuck up? And it was the Vikings that fucked up. So it's good stuff. Colin, what do you got before we hit our break? Because we got just like 2 minutes.
Well, I just can't believe that the Broncos are fucking favored. They're
Like 2.5.
favored. They're favored by, well, it was 3 when I last looked, but on the road in Chicago, the Broncos are favored. What the fuck? What do they see that I don't see?
Well, I'll tell you what they see the same thing going on in Chicago on the offensive side of the ball as we've got going on the defensive side of the ball.
And how did that happen? I mean,
I don't know
Russell-
because they got tons of talent. They got
Russell Wilson
tons.
was the problem, right?
No.
Now all of a sudden he's not.
Yeah, you guys are dipping into fourth quarter
Oh,
talking.
wow.
All right, let's go.
It's still the third.
Well,
Well,
I thought we said we were done with the third.
no, we're not. I said we had
Oh.
like a couple minutes left. So.
Oh, sorry. All right, what else would you like to talk
I-
about
I-
in the
we
third
don't have
quarter?
to talk
Because
about
I'm ready to talk Broncos.
Well, I'm ready to talk Broncos too. So I think we should get into the fourth quarter, take a quick break.
Yep.
And we'll be right back at it right after this.
Okay, you
That
want
might have been the song more than anything else.
it's low. It's underdriven for some
Yeah,
reason.
I don't hear the whole song in my. I can hear it in my
Yes,
headphones.
So-
but it's fine.
I have no idea what my status is in Vegas right now because of the hack. No idea. I can't get in. I'm gonna have to call them, and I don't think that they're gonna be able to tell me because I don't think they know. That's how bad the hack was. You know that they turned down a $50 million fucking ransom. They turned it down. 50 million, and they would have got all of their systems back. They turned it down. They should have fucking paid that.
Caesars
Fucking-
paid.
They did pay, but they didn't pay as much. But they paid early.
It was 10.
Yeah, they paid 10 because they didn't get as far into Caesars as they did MGM for one thing. But so yeah, MGM didn't pay, and dude, I can't book anything. I have no idea what my status is, and it was dude. That all happened on the Sunday that we were fucking there.
Yeah.
So it was fucking.
Yeah, when I
crazy.
played in that poker tournament, they had to do the computer
Manually?
wasn't working. They had to
Yeah.
do it manually.
Yep.
Yep.
Dude, the slot machines weren't working. The slot machines were out
Oh, dude, I got so lucky.
for 2 weeks.
I got so lucky. I had to leave for the airport. I had $64 in the machine. I wouldn't cash out. It said wait for the attendant. The guy next to me goes, I've been waiting for an attendant for 45 minutes. And he goes, here, I'll buy your machine.
Shut up.
Gave me
That
64
is
bucks.
hilarious.
I was like, well,
Dude, it was crazy. And so, I mean, I want to go back now, you know? I mean, like, it's been a few weeks and I'm ready to go back for some more, but I don't have any idea what my status is, what kind of deals I have, everything, because I bet I put $5,000, maybe 10 in over that weekend. So it's going to put me into, hopefully, because I earned like 3 times points. On all
unless
that
they
shit.
lost it all.
It's exactly what I'm fucking afraid of.
Because you were paying all the restaurant tabs
Yep.
through your options.
Yep.
Yeah, he was collecting everybody's money and going, I'm gonna
Just
pay
paid it
for all
for
of
my
this
stuff.
so I get all the points.
When hackers did.
Fucking hackers, dude. I would have paid them.
I mean, they probably lost way more than 50 million.
Well, in overall in revenue and time and what they had, dude, there was one of the guys that I follow out of Vegas said that they were advertising for tech help, that they were gonna pay him $100 an hour, and they were gonna work 70 straight out, seven days in a row, 10-hour days, $100 an hour. $100 an hour, dude. I mean, just fucking paying them out the ass for whatever.
When did this hack take place?
Sunday, September 8th, right? Was it the 8th or 10th? No, 10th.
No, it was the 10th
10th.
or 11th. Yeah.
10th. Sunday,
And
September
could they have
10th.
said, okay, we'll pay, and then fucking track them down, and then fucking.
Well, whatever. They didn't pay because they're just like, oh, well, you're going to sell our shit on the web anyway. So what? Who fucking cares? Yeah, they're going to do that anyway. But you can still get your fucking shit back if you fucking pay them the money.
Yeah, seems like a fucking
They
All right.
they fucked up.
small.
All right, one more read and then one more song. And then we can get this thing on ice.
It's gone by fast.
Yeah, that's
Which is the sign of a good show.
I'm
my
ready.
experience.
yeah, are you paused over there?
I'm paused. I have not.
Okay, so I've got everybody. I mean, is everybody here? Everybody okay?
Yeah, you were ready to rock and roll.
Sweet.
So I will hit record. He's gonna read. You ready with a song?
After the read.
You good?
Yep. Sportique is where scooters come from and has been for over 25 years. And now Sportique is also the place for e-bikes. E-bikes from Scootstar, genuine scooter company, and the Jackrabbit, the 20-mile-per-hour, 20-pound mini machine that fits comfortably in the trunk of your car. So turn to Sportique for all your scooter needs, parts, service, accessories, and apparel. And now e-bikes. Visit SportiqueScooters.com or their expansive showroom at 160 South Broadway in the shadow of downtown Denver. Sportique, where scooters come from. What's that score, John? You got an update
Your,
for us?
Your road to 100 update is bottom of the fourth, 5-0.
Yeah.
Still 5-0. So
I had our friend Peter Burns, who we knew from his time here in Denver. He's a big college football guy now. Love Peter. As you know, I'm not a big college football fan. So
Oh, I thought you were.
no, I'm not. So Peter's always talking about college football. So I'm not really paying too much attention. But I saw he was talking about something, and I said, "Hey Pete, I know you're busy with this other stuff, but we're close to the road to 100 because he was a big proponent of the road to 100 a long time ago." He goes, "Oh, I know. I've been keeping tabs on it. I'm ready to go when it happens." So, and I just saw he was interacting with DMAC with the road to 100 hashtag. So Peter's on it. We're all waiting patiently. It's
it sounds like it's going to happen tonight.
might happen tonight.
I don't think the Rockies are going to rally from down 5.
How many games are left?
7?
Yeah, probably around that.
Is it that many?
It might not be. I think it might actually be 5. It was 7. Yeah. I don't know.
They're taking an L at some point in the next week. If it's not tonight, it'll be soon. But I think it's tonight, and that's awesome. I can't wait for it to happen.
How many times before have they lost 100?
They haven't never.
They never have.
They've never. When they hit 99, 2 days ago, that was the highest loss total they've ever had. Or 98 was 99 7 said it. And and I just I've been waiting for somebody to be like hey you shouldn't root against your team. It's like, no, fuck you, fuck off. That's what I would say to them.
Well,
Just like
because
that.
they're not our team. They're
not
the
our
Monfort's team.
They are not our team.
They're the Monfort's little play toy that they make money with. They trot them out. It's their dog and pony show. They trot them out and they make money on it. And then they trot them back in. And then they clean up the stuff. And then they bring them back out again. It's not our team.
When the Avalanche were really bad, like they had a historically bad season, I was like, God, this sucks. This is terrible. But never once was I like, well, I'm gonna just fucking abandon the team. I was like, I guess I'll just keep paying attention to them. We'll see. They'll get better, I guess. I just assume they get better. Rockies will never get better.
Will the Broncos get better? Is the question. Are they gonna have to take them down to the rafters? I mean, down to the frame.
Well, so no matter what, I'm really disappointed in Sean Payton. He's a smart dude. He made a really fucking stupid mistake
by bringing in Vance Joseph.
Yeah, by hiring Vance Joseph. Because show me one place that Vance Joseph has been successful. One place. Where has he been successful? I'm telling you, dude, he must give the best blowjobs in the history of mankind.
To Sean Payton?
To whoever. I don't know whoever because he must interview like unbelievable because he's never been successful anywhere.
So
he's never had a good defense. I don't even know if he's ever had a top 10 defense.
I think when he was in Arizona as the defensive coordinator.
They were fucking terrible on defense.
But they started out good and then they fell apart.
They were terrible on defense.
Indication.
They were terrible on defense. The only thing that they had going for them is they had a Hall of Famer playing on the defensive line. Other than that, and I guess Patrick Peterson played there for a little while.
Yeah, they had a corner.
But that was it. And
So Vance is just one part of the problem. Everybody was like,
"Oh no, I think
Vance
he's a huge part of the problem."
He's a good chunk of the problem for sure.
A big.
And everybody here already hated him.
Yeah, I know.
How do you bring that guy?
But that was such an embarrassing loss. Like it wasn't even, and it was just like everybody was just kind of like
all-time embarrassing.
Everybody was just like kind of like, well, that's how it's been for the last fucking 7 years.
I honestly think that because Mike McDaniel was a Broncos fan when he was a little kid growing up, that he didn't go for that extra.
Oh, I think most people think that.
And why wouldn't you?
They easily could have
all-time record.
Yeah. No, and he was just like, I can't do that to my Broncos.
I think he was beyond that point.
How did Vance Joseph not get fired this week?
I don't know. That is unbelievable. I still don't know.
I mean, I thought
Sean
first
Payton
thing
said he
Monday
looked
morning.
at the film and he said it was worse than before. Well, if it's worse than what you thought it was, how do you keep your defensive coordinator? That should be written in the contract. If you give up 70 points in a game,
You're gone.
You're fired.
Now, there was people just missing tackles and falling down. And as we talked about Devon A-Chain just running through people like fucking wet
Sure,
newspaper.
but that means they could care less if they're playing for Vance
Well,
Joseph.
that's true because it's like the defensive coordinators can't get out there and help him tackle. Although he probably should have.
Yeah, but they don't care.
But yeah, they don't care. They gave up. They gave up.
They don't care.
Somebody was like, "Oh, this wasn't an effort thing." It's like, yeah, it kind of looked like it was.
Sure it
It's
is.
just that you're getting blown out that bad, dude. You're not gonna tackle that.
So,
guy. Fuck
so this
that.
is what happens. You're on the field, and all of a sudden the defensive play call comes in. And you go, "Oh fuck, here we go." And so then you go, and then Josie Jewell goes, "Yeah, all right, here we go. We're doing the and then he tackles a guy 15 yards down the field. And it's the same thing over and over and over again. And so what happens after about the 20th time? You just go, whatever. I'm just going to get out there and play as hard so they don't get hurt.
It's a talent thing, though, right?
Nope,
There's
nope.
No, come on. These guys
Nope.
aren't that talented.
Nope, disagree.
Really?
Completely, nope, because it's not that much different than it was from last year. What they lost on the defensive line, they supposedly replaced with the guy from Arizona. So he hasn't played necessarily that well, but I don't think anybody on the defensive side of the ball has played well because I don't think they're given an opportunity. The scheme sucks. They're never in the right place. They're always in the wrong place. There's holes wide as you can get when you're in coverage on like 3rd and 1 and you're 6, 7, 8 yards off the ball and they fucking throw the ball two yards off. I mean, listen, there's a lot of problems, and most of them are going through Vance Joseph.
I think it's going to be a shit show this weekend. I think they're going to win, though. Don't you think they're going to win? They got to win.
I don't know. They're on the road.
The
Yeah,
Bears,
they're gonna lose.
the Bears are terrible. I mean, the
I
Bears
don't know.
are really
The
bad.
Bears have been terrible, but I think
Well,
I forgot their quarterback's name.
Justin Fields.
Justin
Justin
Fields.
Fields might run for 400.
That's
yards.
what's going to happen. I think, yeah, start Justin Fields.
He might run for 400 yards, and if he doesn't, Khalil Herbert or whoever he's handing the ball off might do the same thing. Because, like I said, I think that the defense has given up on what's going on, and they're clueless. They could give a shit less about what's going on out there, and it's just going to get worse. It's not going to get better.
Our friend Mile High Mario had posited that maybe Sean Payton is tanking. Why else would he have hired this fool to come coach the defense? Because he knew he'd fuck it up
You know,
and they'd be awful. So
I hate to agree with Mile High Mario because I don't always, but
a lot of people don't.
I actually had that same thought myself.
I know that everyone brings it up and they go, oh no, they would never do that. That's just stupid. But it's kind of like, wow. I mean, he's made some decisions. You said Sean Payton's a smart guy. He's made some dumb decisions.
That's where I'm having my issue, and that's why it did cross my mind that he's fucking tanking.
So he just wants to take it down to the studs, start all over again, and get rid of.
Could be, and
Russell
that
Wilson,
might be
too.
it might be Russell Wilson. It's definitely the GM. I think that he's got his eyes set on being the general manager as well as the coach here, and so we all know who's there, and so I think that's his target. I think that he's going to say, you know what,
He's going to move Elway
I
out.
couldn't, yeah, Elway. It's going to be Elway.
One too many Paytons.
He's going to say, I couldn't do what I needed to do with the players that this guy provided me. We need something different here, and that's what's going to happen. They're going to listen to him before they listen to that doofus.
Oh, fucking is it George Payton?
I don't even know his name. I just know Peyton. is
He's
his last
fucking
name.
gone. He's gone, right?
I like to call him Patton because it looks like Patton.
He's gone. I mean, they got to get rid of that guy. He's nothing. Not much he's done has really landed.
But do they? Does any one of those?
Because
Do
but
any
that's-
one of those people have that?
But
authority?
to me, that's the reason that Sean Payton would tank, because he's going to say, you know what, I just don't have the players. I could do all this. I can make this happen, but I don't have the players to do it, and the players aren't on the roster. They weren't here. I wasn't provided that. I can do this, but you got to let me do it. And that's when they're going to send Payton down the way, the other Payton down the way.
And the Walton Peters going to go, well, shit, we don't know dick about running a football team, so let this guy
They're
fucking
going to trot that hot-looking dude out, and he's going to freaking explain it to everybody.
Devontae Leach,
his teeth are going to gleam, and everything's gonna, and people are going to go, oh, we love you.
yeah, he's gonna go, look, everybody, we're going to have half-price nachos at the stadium. And,
I'm giving away autographed pictures. And,
Yeah.
woo.
And if you put in your name, there's a fucking a RAV4 raffle, and then Sean Payton's gonna take everything over. And everyone's gonna go like.
And by the way,
It's great.
did you see the scoreboard? Isn't that a nice
Isn't
scoreboard?
that a nice scoreboard? Isn't that great, guys? Isn't that fucking awesome? Free
really-
Wi-Fi.
It really is a pretty amazing score.
Next
Well-
Friday, we're going to show Free Willy on the scoreboard.
I hope that I would hope that there's some sort of behind the scenes thing going on with Sean Payton, and he's got it, and he knows what to do, and he's like, I'm going to rebuild this. We're going to get a generational quarterback. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. I hope so, because right now it just looks like more of the same bullshit, and they're just spinning their wheels. And we talked about it last week about how, this was a Broncos town, and this is what everybody's into. It's not so much anymore. I saw Vic Lombardi complaining about how there's, everybody's out doing stuff while the Broncos are on. It's like, well, that's because we're a transplant city for sure, but also nobody really cares. Nobody gives a shit, because why do you care about something that's been 8 years that's just sucked?
Well, I mean, we talked about it too. Is none of us watch games with our kids.
True. Yeah.
So Vic wants it to make America great again. Well, shit ain't coming back. Right?
And I get that. Like it's like, hey, sometimes shit changes, and you can't pine for the old days because it's just not gonna happen. Because I'm watching a Bronco game. Actually, no, I'm watching Red Zone.
There's not only 2 games on a Sunday like there used to be. Before there was Sunday Night Football. Remember before Sunday Night Football? Yeah, before Sunday Night Football, there was only 2 games on, and they were on national networks. One in the morning and one in the afternoon. Wherever you were, that's what you got to see. Sometimes you got to see maybe 3 games. Now you can watch them all the time.
Now I'm getting all the scoring plays beamed into my brain as they happen. And I'm like, man, I got to go take a piss. And I'm like, well, I can just take my laptop with me.
Right, totally.
Well, if you've had a nice pot of coffee and Red Zone comes on, and like an hour and a half later, you just like, it gets to be a little much.
Scott Hansen, they said he, I guess that everyone was wanting to know what he does, and I guess he like stops drinking liquids at a certain point, and he has to basically dehydrate himself, and then he takes like a monster piss before he goes on, and then he just toughs it out, and then
that's crazy.
He doesn't touch anything, and I'm like, man, the dude's talking the whole time.
Oh, the whole time. It's wild.
Water every now and then, but you're right though. Red Zone's on. We've got all the scoring plays just happening nonstop coming at you, and it's like, well, nobody else is watching that except me because I'm watching it for fantasy purposes. So no one's going to join me to watch Red Zone unless you were there.
Yes, I was there.
And you're watching it for fantasy purposes.
Exactly.
So, which makes the Sunday night game so nice.
It is
because
nice,
you're sitting there just watching a football game.
Yeah, you watch all
unfold,
of that. Correct.
And the drama and the build up and the changes, the lead changes, everything. You're like, oh, that's right. That's what it's like to watch football.
It's just also what Monday used to be. Now they got 2 fucking games on Monday.
Are they doing that every week?
I fucking hate it. It's so dumb.
Somebody had said they thought maybe it was because of the they didn't have enough to put on TV because of the writer's strike, and maybe they were filling more. The ABC was having this.
I didn't even think.
And I didn't think about that either. And I thought, okay, that could make sense. I hope they stop that because that's bullshit. It's one thing if they have one on and then they have another one.
Right
and
after
you just watch TV for 4 hours. Or watch football
But you got to go back and forth.
Yeah, it sucks.
There's no Red Zone.
Yeah, there's no Red Zone for it. YouTube TV, which I'm not happy with. I think I'm going to dump soon. But otherwise, it's great. Other than the game's freezing up, they will offer you a double box.
4. That's a quad box.
On YouTube?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know
It's a
that.
quad box.
Okay, well, maybe I should check that. I haven't checked that out because it was fucking stalling out of me, so I wasn't into it. But on Monday night, it'll give you a double box so you can watch them both and you get audio from either one. So.
Yeah, I know that for a fact because I watched Jamie Erdahl, and she's the one who told me that.
Don't know who that is?
Oh, you're not I guess you're not a big NFL fan, huh?
No, I guess I'm not. Okay, cool.
She's on the NFL Good Morning Football. Jamie Erdahl is on Good Morning Football on the NFL Network.
It is a great league, and they've got it down. They've just got it down. As far as entertainment television and how to make your sport pop and be the dominant sport, they got it down.
And that's why MLB will die a slow death because something like the NFL has they've taken over, and it's going to be the thing from now on. But yeah, it's good. Anyway, back to the Broncos. They fucking suck, but I think they're gonna win. I think they're gonna beat the Bears. I'm gonna go on record and say I think they win. I don't know if it's gonna be by 3 points, but I think they're gonna win.
How many seasons till they're back in the playoffs?
Ooh boy, I mean,
4.
Yeah, at least 3 or 4. I think.
How many games do they win this year, Snyder?
This year?
Yeah. Did they win over under 4 games?
Over.
Under.
No, they went over that. I think they're a 6-win team.
Damn it! That's
But-
And we looked at the schedule last
But-
night. And put the wins and losses next. And I had them win 3.
But the caveat here is they may not win another game as long as Vance Pants is their freaking defensive coordinator. So, I'm serious. As long as he's the defensive coordinator, they may not win another game.
You look at that and you go, what the hell are they thinking? And then if you put in the context of tanking, that kind of makes sense.
Well, if you're saying, you know what, I can't do it with these players. Here's the proof of it. We just gave up 70 points. We gave up 70 points. I can't do it with these players. It's the GM's fault. He hasn't given me the tools that I need. I
Sure.
need that control.
I get it. And they're gonna hand it over to him with a smile and a free
Yeah.
hot dog.
For sure they are.
Free hot dog for everybody.
Because he's Sean Payton.
Well, Sean Payton hasn't made a lot of friends and in the local media, and that fucking shit show definitely gave a lot of those guys
Fuel.
He may not have made a lot of friends in the local media, but he's God in the national media. They love him, dude. They fucking love him.
All because of an onside kick in the Super Bowl.
Whatever, he is absolutely loved, and because he worked in the media for a year, right? Or was it 2?
I was 2.
Yeah, so he
for a while.
worked in the media for 2. They love him. The national media guys love Sean Payton. It's the local piss ants that don't like him.
How long does Russell Wilson play for the Denver Broncos?
You know what? He's not the problem.
No, I
Russell
know,
Wilson
I know.
has been just fine.
He's been fine, and he's actually shown kind of what he a little bit of what he used to be. But how long is he gonna play?
As long as Sean Payton wants him to play.
Okay, great. But what is that? He's gonna have to finish out the season. He'll probably play next season.
I think he
against
plays
Bill,
halfway into next season.
and then another quarterback takes. it.
Yes.
Well, we'll see.
The offense put up 13 points last week.
So,
He's part of the problem.
yeah, it's pretty difficult to get into any sort of rhythm when they're just fucking boat racing man, up and down the fucking field,
All
dude.
over.
And he was fine early in that game. It started to get a little hairy towards the end of the game because, are you kidding me, dude? You're just watching the other team fucking march up and down the field. You're just like, oh, God, when does this fucking thing end? When does this end?
When you're getting throttled in any sport,
You're just like, when does this end?
when you're getting
When can I walk off the fucking
when
field?
you're getting really throttled, you're just like, I mean, you're there and you're like, no, I gotta play, I gotta be present for this, but you're thinking, I just want this to be over with. Can we just get this over with
Dude,
and I can get on with my
How many times
Sunday?
is Cortland Sutton going to throw the freaking ball on the ground?
Oh my
I mean,
God!
give me a
was
break,
he-
dude. That is not Russell Wilson's fault.
I had Scoop Nemeth in my head on Sunday saying, Cortland sucking.
That's good. Hey, on that note, let's get out of here. We're past the hour mark. This is good. This is nice. It's a nice, good refresher. We get our sports in. We
Thank
talk
you
about
guys
the
for
sports.
having me in.
Thank you for
so
coming.
much, guys.
Yeah, it's always good to have Snyder here to give us the truth on the Broncos. He'll always tell it like it is.
Let's try and get that Ben Albright. Oh, the problem is their show's on while we're taping.
Oh, well,
Yeah, they're
maybe-
6 to 10.
Well, maybe he can pull a Spano and just be like, "Hey, somebody else take over for me. I'm going to run down."
Oh, that's who we should get in here next week. Is Spano.
Dude, that's been a while. When was the last time you had Spano?
Long time.
He might be flying off to some fancy
Yeah.
location.
Yeah, they
Might be
gotta-
available.
He's got another 4-letter city he's got to get under his belt.
Yeah, he's gonna like.
'Cause aren't they Philly? Is it Philly the latest
Philly's the
one?
new one, yeah.
He's working on Dulles.
What? Dallas?
Dulles. Yeah. I don't know what he's working
Berlin.
on. Just kidding, but hey, good stuff. Thanks, Snyder. Always a pleasure. Well, let's get out of here. Bronco Jeff, thanks for filling in.
Woo! Bronco
Hey, man,
Jeff!
good to
Nuggets
see you guys.
Jeff! Woo, woo, woo!
Just doing Scott a favor.
All good, man. It's good times. So, hey, this has been South Stands Denver Fancast. Until next time, adios.
We love you, Denver!
stop that. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna kill this. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, man. Remember, dude, we were sitting in Vegas and I said, the fuck is